Hey everybody, okay. Has anybody ever lost track of time and maybe not fed your kids? So it's summer, obviously, and so our days have been going, well, starting kind of late, but going really long, and the girls had told me probably about an hour and a half ago, actually they had been telling me they were hungry since 7 o'clock, and I was like, grab a cheese stick, I'll make supper in a minute. We had tons of people coming over, we're working on packing up our house, and it's 9 o'clock at night, 9:30. Well, I'll back up a little bit. I said, hey babe, I'm gonna go run and grab the kids some food, and he was like, you're not going through a drive-thru. I was like, I'm gonna go grab some burgers, we'll take the buns off, it'll be easy. And he was like, just run to the grocery store. So we ran to the grocery store, and you wanna know what we found? I'm gonna tell you what we're making. Honestly, because I have been craving it for a while. Yes, we're having a late night supper, 9:30 at night. We probably won't go to bed till midnight, because if you were to look down our hallway, I should show you something. We've got boxes and boxes and boxes. So we are packing up our Minnesota house. That's a long story, and you will hear more fun about that in like a year. But that's a long wait, right? My kids would go, oh, you've opened up a loop. Well, we'll tell you more about that later. But while you are watching, I'll show you what we're making. Where are you tuning in from? How is your evening? I'm sure you already had supper. So what did you have for supper or dinner? Do you say supper or dinner? So we live in Minnesota currently, sometimes Kentucky, sometimes Florida. I usually say supper. Babe, what do you say?
I say supper.
Girls, do you say supper or dinner?
Supper.
I think I say supper. Okay, so what did you have for supper? And so what I made the girls is this. Now, I'm fully aware. We've got meatballs in the air fryer, which they look pretty toasty. They're Italian meatballs. I grabbed some marinara sauce and some hamburger, so we made the sauce, and we made zucchini noodles. Now, I hear what you're saying. Why would you buy a pack of noodles? So I wanted to see what was in here, because oftentimes I tell you the tip is to flip, right? So I flipped it over because I was fully expecting there to be other ingredients in this bag, because oftentimes there is. But it's straight up zucchini. I realize I paid for the bag. I understand, but I don't have my zucchini zoodler here, and we really wanted our pasta. So I grabbed 2 bags of these. We made them, although I'm not super impressed. They look kind of runny, but they'll be great. So we're having zucchini noodles with some marinara sauce that I usually spice up because it's the best sauce that I can find. It's the lowest in sugar and carbs, with some hamburger meat, with a bonus of some meatballs from the air fryer. That is what we were having for dinner. Nothing fancy, something super easy. And honestly, this meal, ignore all of my dishes in my house. This place is a little crazy. Don't even show them. But it is a mess in here. So what I need you to understand is the amount of time that it took me to probably drive across town, go to the fast food restaurant, grab the kids some food, figure out what everybody wanted, making a healthier option, and then legitimately running down to the grocery store that's 3 blocks away, grabbing all these ingredients and making them, probably the same amount of time. So yes, we're having a late dinner. My children don't need to intermittent fast. They'll be just fine. They're gonna have happy tummies, probably help me pack up their rooms tonight, and we will go to bed. But I thought I would just share that with you. These were a great find. When you are in a hurry, we liked them. So what did you have? Where are you tuning in from? If you're new, post new below. I would love to chat. And do you love pasta? And if you don't use zucchini noodles, what are some other options that you use for noodles to make a pasta, like a low-carb keto pasta dish? So my girls are like, we want pasta. And I said, awesome, let's have some zucchini. But my husband, who's on the other side of the camera, has a question. What's your question, babe?
So Justin says maybe you should be eating fish.
I would love to eat fish. So my husband went fishing tonight with his friend Justin, who I think, is it Justin, our friend Justin that's on here? Okay, so Justin and my husband took out a boat today in a really cool lake, and they caught a massive bass, but they threw it back so that the bass would be bigger when they catch it later. I think it was like, what, 5 pounds? We should be eating fish because I love salmon. I would love for you to catch me some salmon. So you might have to go to Alaska, unless that lake will hold salmon.
So a common thing that people experience at nighttime is that they get so hungry. They're bored. They think they need to eat.
Let's talk about late night eating.
Late night eating.
So this isn't something that we typically do. We usually have really early dinners. The kids have just been playing and running around outside, and I'm not going to call them in if we're not hungry. So But for you as an adult, if you do intermittent fasting, you would have been done eating probably at least almost 2 hours ago, if not 3. So late night eating, most of the time you're bored, okay? Most of the time you're thirsty, grab some water. So something that I tell people is if you're gonna go sit in front of the TV or you're gonna go watch a movie as a family, guess what? Go brush your teeth, use some mouthwash, grab a bottle of water. I would fill up I legitimately would grab a shaker bottle and just bring it to the couch with me with ice water. And that's what I would have with me. So oftentimes I'll hear women go, I'm gonna go grab a fat bomb because I might not have gotten all my fats in, or I need a treat. Well, guess what? You might be overeating calories, which would cause you to hit a plateau, maybe hit one of those first of all, you might be just eating too much. Most women eat too much dairy anyways. You don't need to just eat to eat. And so you should be hungry. If you were like, ooh, late night snacks, if I have to have something, I'll grab a handful of almonds, or it's honestly water, or go brush your teeth. Is there any other questions?
So yeah, Shannon asks, what about something sweet? Something quick. What options do you recommend?
Something super quick or super sweet.
I wanted to show them your pants too.
Do you guys like my pants? I've gotten a lot of comments on these today. Okay, so something super sweet. Usually I will grab a natural.
No, not me. Sorry.
Oh, my husband. Yes, go kiss your spouse. Something super sweet that's really easy is go grab a natural almond butter or peanut butter. What are you laughing at?
I think you're cute.
Okay, I will grab a spoonful of almond butter or peanut butter a little bit and put 4 dark chocolate chips on it. You could get Lily's dark chocolate, or some dark chocolate's really bitter, but if I do the dark chocolate chips, it's not as bitter, and then I have that as a sweet treat. So it's really fast, really easy. Again, you can overdo it. You don't go back for spoon 3, 4, and 5 of the peanut butter. It's 1 spoonful with a couple chips. That's the easiest thing that you could do. You could grab a caffeine-free keto nap. You could grab, what do you think? You think of anything, babe? We keep it so simple. I don't crave a lot of sweets. I know it's really bad, but I crave chips, so don't get me wrong. I'm a salt girl. So if there's a bag of chips in front of me, my husband can tell you, I would eat the bag of chips. I won't eat the bag of chips, but if I were to, it would be a lot of them. So I don't keep them in the house.
I know what my sweet treat thing would be, but I think you should tell them what you told them. Just do a quick recap, and then maybe.
Well, you could do
I think we should give some people this. I want to give some of that away.
Some of the true passion
I am so
away.
excited. I'm so passionate, and this is my favorite.
I need to feed our kids food.
I know.
It's gonna get cold. Okay, so what I have a lot of people do is they'll mix up a caffeine-free nap. So they'll drink that throughout, after they're done eating supper, and it's sweet. So it curbs that craving. It helps them get into ketosis throughout the night. There's lots of benefits to it. Helps with the cravings and the appetite. And so what I would say is a lot of people love the caffeine-free. I don't think we have any caffeine-free true passion. What is your passion? Just kidding. Hey, but we also do 5 and 10 day experiences. We usually don't have the summer flavors or the seasonal flavors in the 5 or 10 day. If you watched the video from earlier, we had great grandma on. Her name is Grandma Mary, and she shook up her ketones this morning. But for those of you who grab a 5 or 10 day, if you want to know more about my mom fuel, we'll throw in for the first 10 people a true passion. So
people are asking, what is Nat?
Okay, so these are naturally.
What flavor is this?
Okay. I always forget because
they're
there's so
new
many
here.
People. So we already talked about dinner. I drink this every day. This is where our story started. So it's naturally fermented ketones. You can do the strict ketogenic diet where you're eating really high fat, really low carb. Hopefully your body's making ketones. Not everybody's will, okay? And the reason I know that is I'm not a doctor. I'm a mom. We've got 4 girls. We homeschool. I've got a sexy husband on the other side of this camera. But we've listened to a lot of doctors. We've learned a lot in the last 4 years. So there are people that will never get their bodies into ketosis. I just sat in the living room with 9 ladies last night, and they were talking about how hard the diet is or how they're working on, can't get all their fats in. I get it, right? If you're going to go down that fat, the keto diet route, just track your food, drink a lot of water, drink electrolytes. Hopefully your body will make ketones. It's a process. I drink ketones. Every morning I wake up, I take a drink. I drink this in about 12 to 15 ounces of water. I'll shake this up, and then I drink it before I work out, or I'll drink it before I head out the door. I'm not a coffee drinker, although coffee's not bad if you're doing keto, just so you know. It's what you put in your coffee. So I drink this. It puts you in ketosis in under an hour. So 59 minutes, less than that, your body will have ketones flowing through your system. Goes straight to your bloodstream. So it goes to your brain, it goes to your muscles, it helps with your appetite, helps with your energy. I don't need a nap. I know you're super impressed with my big muscles.
Those are big muscles.
So That's what I do. Most people, and for the first year that I did this, what I would do is I would do the best that I could with my food. So I'd make a meal like this, right? Well, I would get up in the morning. I always have eggs and bacon or sausage. I'm a breakfast person. I will intermittent fast maybe 2 days a week because I forget to eat. Purely because I forget, but I love to eat breakfast. Intermittent fasting is great. My husband does it every single day. But I love to eat breakfast with the girls. Then I would drink my ketones, and then I would go about my day doing the best that I could. A year later, after we boiled, really strictly got down to our diet, not perfect, but we knew what we were making. We got the crap out of the house. Like, we just weren't eating the processed sugar and carbs. I started drinking 2 of these a day because I started going to the gym. And I never was a gym goer. So I would get up in the morning. My sister would pick me up at 5:30. I would take one of these before and on the way to the gym, and then I'd take another one around 1 or 2 o'clock. So this is a fuel source. Long sustained energy. It's not up and down crash, okay? And again, benefits of ketones are fat loss, focus, energy, better mood, better sleep. There's so many, digestion, skin. Am I missing something?
I mean, you are beautiful.
Oh, you're so sweet. So what I tell people, I'll give you an analogy in this, and then I will wrap up, and I'm going to feed my children their dinner at almost 10 o'clock tonight, is we have a place currently in Florida and Minnesota. So if I were to pack all of my kids up right now in Minnesota and drive to Florida, it would take us 3 days comfortably. Stopping, having fun. I hate driving through the night. 3 days.
You drive?
No, you drive.
Oh, okay.
But I still don't like to sit passenger side driving through the night.
Okay.
We've done it many times. It's not fun. Okay. Or I can get my kids into an airplane, get to Florida in 2 hours. It's the same concept. You can do the diet. It's not bad. I have rarely met somebody that has done it long term for longer than 6 months.
This is funny.
Is somebody saying something mean to me?
Yeah, this is great. So Sarah asks a question.
Is it me?
Powders, this is great. We'll just address it.
That's good.
Powders do not put you into ketosis. Don't believe the hype.
Oh, that's a lie. But I will tell you this. So no matter what you decide to believe, you can look at things for or against. And so you are right. Not all ketones are created equal. So 4 years ago, there is a product that you can test in your blood. So what I would challenge you with this is there are ketones that you can drink that when you drink them, they actually match what your body creates. There is also garbage out there because when something becomes a buzzword, there are things that are labeled keto. We just walked to the grocery store, and there's a whole aisle of keto foods, and I flipped them over and I was like, what is all this ingredients? It was labeled keto. It's got fillers, right? It's trying to attract you because people are eating keto. So what you need to understand is there are tons of people that won't get their body into ketosis. There are tons of people that don't want to track their food. There are tons of people that need a fuel source that want to eat better and eat clean, but not fight with the kids and the job and the stress and the traveling of getting their body into ketosis. So
That's
what
good.
you believe is a lie, and I can prove it, but I also can test my blood. So we could go back and forth on it all day long. I would love to be known for what I'm for, not against. And what I will tell you is this. There are crap things out there, and there are things that actually work. Test your blood, and I would say, guess what? Let's you and me chat, and I will prove it. I get really fired up about this because I've seen the research. I've heard from the doctors, like, yeah, if you've got something different, like, chat with me. Or if you don't have the proof, like, I will chat with you, and I will show you the research that they're seeing. So
on a positive note, there's a lot of people who are wondering where to get it. What is it?
I would love it. Okay, you got me all fired up. So I will just tell you this. When we started this journey 4 years ago, people thought that we were really bad parents. They thought we were killing our children. Why in the world would you not let your kids eat sugar? Like, we got, is the word scrutinized? Would that be right?
Yeah.
Like, we really got hounded. And people didn't believe what we were doing. And why we stuck with it is because we felt great. And I thought, we feel amazing. Like, I can see a benefit in how my kids act. Like, why would I not feed myself and drink something that helps everybody in the family? And then I would say, so what I hear you saying is you want me to go back eating pizza, corn dogs, Debbie snacks. Is that healthy? And people go, well, no. And I'm like, what I'm eating is fine, right? I'm not eating butter and bacon. That's not a strict keto. That's not a keto diet. That's just going, I can eat butter and bacon. But long story short, you can do one of two things. You can go to ketomom.com, message me because I will chat with you about what flavor you might like, or I'll show you a great video that explains it, or post 10 in the comments, and the first 10 people will grab a bonus pack of the True Passion, which is a summer seasonal flavor. It tastes like mango. It's my husband's favorite. He drinks it every morning. So post 10 in the comments, go to ketomom.com, or I'll send you a video, and we will chat. So, with all of that saying...
This is a good question.
What's the question? Oh, we've got one more question, and I have to feed my kids.
Shauna is a single mother.
Yeah.
And she says, I wish I could afford this stuff, but how?
Yeah. So that's awesome. So most people like to try a 5 or a 10 day. So that gives you a variety of flavors to try without committing a month to anything. So what's great is when you become a customer, you actually save 22% when you're on a smart ship, which is like an auto ship. And every 4th month, you get some free ketones with your smart ship. And there are a lot of you that I've been chatting with over the last 24 hours through Instagram and Facebook. And I haven't put it together amongst packing and life. But I'm hoping to do a Zoom either tomorrow night or sometime this week or early next week, just talking about the opportunity, talking about what this company does, how they lead with education, what you can do to share ketones and help other families and help yourself. Our story was very similar. Like, I'm not a single mom, but we were a family with a 1 income. And so I completely understand. And there's lots of things that I can chat with you about. So
paycheck to paycheck.
We lived paycheck to paycheck, but we chose to do that. But because I wanted to stay home. So totally understand. Let's chat about it. I'm going to feed my children. And just message me with your questions. I would love to chat. So, or post 10 down below, or any question. Or if you just want to see like actual, if you have like medical questions, message me, because I would love to give you some more research and education behind that. So
perfect.
I appreciate you all.
And if you're new, just comment new down below and she'll connect with you as well.
And we'll talk to you soon. Okay, have a great night.
Bye-bye.